Wait, where's every? Never mind.
Jesus, Danny, you're
Danny.
like amateur hour here. Happy Monday, guys. Welcome back
That's
to
why I love Danny.
Monday Night Live Unboxing. Zach, how was your weekend, man?
You know, it was good. It was really good. Nice, relaxing weekend. I did nothing all weekend. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful.
Wow, I don't remember a weekend.
It's
Where,
been a while. It's
yeah,
been a while.
yeah. Um, you managed to hunt down these two figures, which is cool.
Yeah, so this morning, this guy had posted that he had seen the full wave at Walmart, and I was like, yo, what? So uh, on my lunch, I went to a bunch of Walmarts, and then some people had started saying, we have a grocery store here called HEB, that they had started seeing them there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went and hit up a bunch of stores, and I couldn't find any. So I put up a post and basically told the group, like, hey, if anyone can find these, I want to, unbox these on my YouTube channel. I'll pay you a little bit of a premium if you can pick them up for me, and I'll meet up with you later. And yeah, I was able to get two of them. I did actually see the full wave. One of the guys had actually encountered that wave again, but he had already had those spoken for. So today we're doing the Spot from the Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, and then the new Miles Morales. So should be fun. But yeah, no one has these on YouTube right now, so it'll be nice for us to do a little bit of a unboxing and a
Something different
informal review. Yeah, a little bit something different.
on a smaller scale. Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, man. How about you, Danny? What's going on? How was the expo, the con?
Oh, it was no, it was WonderCon. It was
Yeah.
pretty. I mean, the con itself was okay, I guess. I mean, it was like a big venue, but I guess the guest list wasn't up to par. I guess with normal cons I've been to in the past.
No Jim Lee.
Pretty weak actually for like something under the comic San Diego Comic Con banner, the actual legit Comic Con brand. So I don't know. I think Fan Expo's maybe been stepping it up and maybe stealing all the talent. Maybe.
You still had a good time, right? With friends and all that?
No, yeah, it was definitely more of a meet up with people and hang out session type thing.
Awesome. Glad to have you back.
Thank you.
Steve, how you doing, man?
Well, Danny, you got to go to WonderCon, and my GalaxyCon here in Virginia didn't go so well.
Oh, really?
I, I
I remember you were going. I didn't hear the details.
I was supposed to get like the guy that plays Punisher and the guy that plays Daredevil in the series, TV series or Netflix series. I was supposed to get their autographs on some statues that I got, and so I was really happy to go get that. But I drive 2 hours down south, and they sell out. Supposedly they have like a limited amount of people that could go inside the convention. And like I was like, why did you tell anybody about this? Like I would have, I didn't buy the tickets beforehand either. Like they
Oh
never
no,
sell
you
out.
should. If you planned it, if
I'm
you're
going to
making a
now,
trip,
yeah.
you gotta. I think you have to before.
Yeah, so I missed out on that, but I got to hang
'Cause
out in
usually-
this like downtown. Go ahead.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was fun.
I'm glad it worked out.
How about you, CC? Glad you can make it. How you doing?
Good. Pretty chill weekend. I was off Saturday. Should have done a lot more productive stuff like laundry, but that didn't happen. I tried just organizing some art prints. That made me happier. So,
Sounds fun.
and
Just
a
doing
pretty
something different.
chill, yeah, pretty chill Monday. It did snow. I'm still unhappy with that, but it melted, so we're good.
Good. Yeah, the weather is warming up nicely. Spring is upon us, guys. Well, it's here, but it's not here yet. Zach, who do we have in the chat?
So in the chat we have Toy Mafia, Two Country Collector Joey, Absolute Irwin, Sup Unboxing Crew, Big Ol' Fern, Dennis Perez, Victor Juarez, Danny Lee, Toy Quest 101. Victor Juarez is in our local group, so I'm sure you saw that post I put up earlier. Danica Lee Walker, Rob Barnes, need a little bit of Batman in my life. Irwin says, the Ox Father, Oxtoff the White. I think I updated my personal emoji this weekend, so it'll be the new one. Rob Barnes, Victor Juarez says, "Where was Cyberpunk?" Actually, there was the guy that found mine had an extra Spider-Punk, so if you need it, I can get you his information. Sunnyvale Russ. We also have Jason Nelson. Shout out to Jason Nelson. He actually just retired. He's also in San Antonio, and he's enjoying the retired life
Happy
now.
retirement,
So.
man.
Congrats.
Yeah, he's earned it. He's been served our country, and he's worked for a long time and doing a bunch of things. So happy for him there. And John Ortiz in the chat also. So a bunch of San Antonio boys showing up tonight. You love to see it.
What's going on, John? Zach, kick it away, Zach.
Yeah. So just a bit of backstory about this. This is such a weird wave. So Marvel Legends, typically, hang on.
Zach, they changed this, Zach. They changed
Yeah,
this.
they
on us.
did. Yeah, let me give me one
Did
second.
they just
Let me
do like an update or something?
Yeah, hang
did
on,
something.
John. Let me. I changed it, but I didn't know that it would change it on everyone's thing. Give me 2 seconds here, and I will fix that for you right now. There we go. We should be good. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what's weird about this wave is, I want to say they delayed the movie, right? And I think it messed up this wave because this wave is still on the window packaging. The current Marvel Legends, they're all that plastic-free packaging where you actually can't see the figure before you purchase it. What's also weird is it didn't ever go up for pre-order on like Walmart, Amazon, all the different toy retailers like Big Bad Toy Store. So this wave is really weird. It's hard to really find any information, and like I said earlier, no one has really posted anything about it. It's also different from normal Marvel Legends waves because it doesn't have a Build-A-Figure piece. And there's no, like, usually there's like a character blurb on the back, so it's definitely weird. And one thing that I also noticed is pretty much all the different people that have found them today, the boxes are super fucked. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just like a weird thing with Walmart, but all the different Walmarts that I've seen, very few of them had mint cards. So this is the spot. Again, we'll go ahead and open this one, and we'll talk about it. I will say the cardboard is super thick though, so it's gonna take a second to get into that.
Use those muscles.
Yeah, there we go. Not much there, John. But I think this villain is one of the main antagonists in the movie. But there's not a lot really about this wave or about this film, so we'll savagely tear into this and see what this figure's all about. But Danny, do you know anything about this character, the Spot?
I don't know anything
Yeah,
about
he's
the Miles stuff.
yeah, so he's not like a new villain, and I guess like his whole shtick is these little spots on his outfit. He can like throw them, and they basically become portals. And then also while they're on their body, they also become portals. So inside the box, we get 2 fists. We also get a really cool effect piece with Miles Morales. So we'll tear into this here. And the effect piece, which isn't that really good.
I like that effect piece where he,
Yeah.
without Miles coming out of the hole there.
Yeah. God damn, this plastic is... They went plastic free and they used like the best plastic possible on the last hurrah. So you have this little stand here, and then you can put Miles.
See,
on
that's
it.
pretty cool.
That's really cool. I don't know that that's the right angle, but you can.
So those are like portals that he generates?
Yeah, exactly. So that's such a cool effect piece, honestly. Yeah, that's really cool. So the figure itself, it's quite tall, and one thing about the art style with this movie is it looks totally different from the first film, and this looks really different from the way that he appears in the comic book. In the comic book, he just looks like a dude in a suit with spots, but this, he almost doesn't even look human. Yeah, this is cool looking. So looking at... Oh, go ahead, John, sorry.
I was just gonna say, first appearance, Spectacular Spider-Man, number 98.
Yeah, so just looking at
he's
the
old.
figure, yeah, he's pretty old character. I was doing some
Gut on
research
him,
on.
too.
He's got what?
A gut on him.
Yeah, if you had like a different head, this would be like a great Zach custom figure. I think this would.
Wow.
Jonathan Owen.
Yeah, there you go. So looking at the figure here, we have articulation in the head. Can only go up about that far. Maybe just a little bit more. Nothing too crazy. You do have a diaphragm joint with a little bit of ab crunch, and then a bit back, but that kind of does break the sculpt. The arms are really long, and you can get them up that far. Double jointed elbows, which is nice to see. You can get those up all the way, and then you have a swivel hinge on the wrist, so that looks good. You do have two different hand sculpts, so we have this one here, and then we also have kind of like just a outstretched hand. For the legs, we have thigh cuts. It's kind of hard to see because it's really white, so my apologies. We have thigh cuts, double jointed knees, ankle rockers, and yeah, like a pretty decently articulated figure. But yeah, he doesn't look very human. It looks kind of weird. So there's that. And I'll do some size comparisons here at the end. But yeah, it's a cool looking figure. One thing is the plastic feels very like soft, which I don't like. But paint wise, I think it looks pretty good. Same with the sculpting. So that's the Spot. And he does come with, like I said, some fists, which we can put on here in a little bit. And yeah, it's kind of cool to see an older, kind of like fringe villain kind of get that center stage. And again, there's the effect piece there. So for Miles, I think this figure looks fucking awesome. And it's weird because I did see the Peter Parker today, and the Peter Parker looks terrible. It looks like almost something that you would find like a third party, like a fake figure. It does not look good at all.
What's going on, Terry? This breaks my heart to see you ripping this card. You know that?
It breaks my heart too. That's why I got one to rock, one to stock, my guy. I had two.
You
of
bought
these.
two?
Smart.
Yeah, I got two.
Wait, did you buy the whole lineup?
Yeah, so I really wanted to, but it was kind of like a bad time. And when I had found the guy that had him, he had already sold a bunch to different people. But look at the texture and the paint on this. This is crazy. Like for Marvel Legends, it's awesome.
Oh, I didn't know he had a
Oh,
new
the face
costume.
looks good.
Yeah, look at that.
I love the suit. The suit does have a lot of texture.
And that blue. And it's weird because this figure has so much texture and so much paint. And then for the Spider-Man, like none of the webbing is painted. Like it looked cheap, honestly. Like I would have picked it up, but it looked just really terrible. And we'll mess with that head here in a second. We'll get Miles out. Yeah, this figure feels cool. Again, it has like that different sort of body style from the animated film where he's very lanky. But I think it looks good. The spider logo on the back, nice and crisp. So Marvel Legends have really been stepping up the paint work. And then again on the front, it's got that same spray paint motif from the first film. Yeah, looking at the figure here, we'll go through the articulation real quick. So you can get him spread arm about there. He does have the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then the hinge on the wrist. And that blue paint, man, looks freaking awesome. I wouldn't say it's like pearlescent, but with the texture, it almost like kind of causes that effect. On the head, he can look up quite a bit, which is really nice for a spider character. He also can look down, but there's no articulation at the neck. It's basically one piece there with the top. For back, you can get him about that far. And it's interesting because the spider doesn't go that high, which I don't think you'd ever pose him like that, but just something to take note of. And then forward, which you would probably pose him like that. Again, the spider doesn't continue. He does have a swivel on the waist. It does break the sculpt, but that's pretty typical for Marvel Legends spider characters. Front and back on the legs pretty well. Split pretty well. Definitely good there. And then he does have the the swivel thighs.
Hey,
double
Zach.
jointed. Yeah.
Have you seen that movie, Fantastic Mr. Fox?
I have not, but
Yeah.
I'm down.
But there's like this. Well, it's part of the series where it's called stop motion camera. So you
Uh-huh.
like they maneuver the figure, maneuver the doll like every second.
Oh
every
yeah,
millisecond.
yeah, that's awesome.
You could do that with this, man.
Yeah.
Like I just saw you do a flip with that thing. I was like, is this stop
Yeah.
motion right now? That's
Yeah,
crazy,
one
man.
one weird thing, if you look on the shoulder, it might be hard to see. There's like a dent in the shoulder right in the front there. There's also a dent in the head, so I don't know if that's intent. I have 2 of them, so I'll double check, but kind of annoying for a figure to have that, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, not a bad figure. I'm actually pretty stoked to try this one out. We'll pop the
Jeez, that I felt that.
unmasked portrait.
Terry says this movie is going to be Liam's first movie going experience in June. Looking forward to it. That's awesome, Terry.
Damn, that looks freaking awesome. Yeah, supposedly Miles is a bit older in this film, and you can definitely tell. Where's the? I had another figure on my desk.
I feel like I went through a portal.
Wait, do they
with
normally
Zach's
put out the
camera.
figures way before the film?
So when does this, Danny? Do you know when this movie comes out?
He just
I
said
had no
June.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Yeah, that's
missed
like
that.
a couple months then.
Oh, that's
Ozzy's
not-
asking how much do these figures go for.
Oh, they're expensive now. They so at retail they're thank you, John. At retail they're about $24.99
Jesus.
US. But look at the height difference here between, if you want to bring me back to Big Cam, the first film Miles and the second one. So he's quite a bit taller.
Dude,
He's
puberty.
also much, well, yeah, that's true. He's also much lankier. But yeah, this is cool, man. I like this. The one thing that's kind of disappointing is he doesn't come with any venom shock effects. But yeah, even comparing him to the Spot, I mean, the Spot is huge. So, yeah, pretty cool figure. But yeah, like I said, just a quick little unboxing today. Nothing too crazy, but we had a chance to get a jump on these, get some content out for them. But yeah, this is pretty cool.
So you said they retail for $24.99. What are they going for then?
So if you wanted to buy one on eBay, and I almost did, just for the show to try to get some content next week. One guy had a loose one, so I guess he'd open it and save on the shipping. It was about $50 shipped, so about double. But sealed, they were going for like 75, 80, even up to 100. So
Jeez.
Whoa.
yeah, it's a hot figure right now.
So is that sorry, I think you're explaining this while I had a message I was writing. Is that because they're just in demand right now, or did they not make enough of them, or did they recall them?
Yeah, so I don't really understand, every Marvel Legends that comes out, you can pre-order, right? I don't think that I've ever seen, outside of exclusive figures, where you can't pre-order it. And it's weird that this one is out, but there's been no pre-order. On Amazon, Walmart, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, you can't pre-order this. Even on the website, it's not even on the toy website where it shows all the different figures that they've made. So I don't exactly understand why. It might be because it's a Sony movie, technically. I don't know. But because of that, I think a lot of people have FOMO, and so they're pre-ordering it pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
But man, this suit is really cool. It's got that red on the side of the suit there.
Isn't that
Looks
the
really
case with
cool.
most of these 112? Where once they release, people scramble to get them and buy it all out, and then the people
Yeah.
are really.
Sometimes, yeah. One thing that I will say, just handling this figure that's kind of weird, is he doesn't have butterfly joints in his shoulder, which is really helpful for the spider characters to get those flipping poses. But overall, paint and sculpt, I think this is a really strong figure. If you're interested in getting one, I don't know that I would have paid $50. I'd be kind of bummed if I paid $50 for this. But for $25, I think the sculpting and the paintwork is there. But if you're spending $50, I'd probably just get the Figuarts one, to be honest. But yeah, that's all I had for unboxing today. Miles Morales from Across the Spider-Verse, and then the Spot.
Do you think you'll slowly pick up the rest of the line?
I would love to. I told the guy that I met with today, I was like, hey, if you see Spider-Man 2099 and Gwen, I will I'd like to buy them, and I'll pay you a little extra for them. So, yeah, I paid the guy like he was fine to just do retail. He's a really cool guy, but I gave him an extra $20 because I mean, honestly, driving around San Antonio at $3 a gallon, that shit adds up quick.
$3.
He also saved. He also saved me a bunch of
$5
time.
out here, man.
That's cheap.
I know y'all got it rough over there, bro.
How about
$3, I'm
$3
like,
is a freaking bargain.
We're $1.40 a liter.
I don't know.
It's
What?
different when they can pump in the
What's that
backyards like these
unit?
guys.
You know, like a bottle of Coke is 2 liters, right? So picture $1.40.
When I went to Texas, there are houses with their own like those what are those pumping wells or whatever.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. The ones like, yeah.
Wow. I didn't notice
Now I'm
that.
curious how many
I did when I was
cola I drink.
Wait, for water or what are you talking about, Danny?
no for the oil things. Like I saw them like in the distance.
Oh, the
Wow.
oil rigs.
I didn't know that. Yeah,
Pumping
this
oil out of
figure's
the ground?
interesting. I don't think you can do that here in Texas. I think you have to have like a
Didn't.
special.
I thought maybe it was something else.
Maybe it was a well.
Yeah, you might be
Yeah.
thinking. You might be thinking of something
Yes, sir,
different because
Sunnyvale.
I know when we bought our house, they specifically said if you find oil on your property, you have to like your mortgage like just goes away
Oh,
because you have
jeez.
to, like it changes everything. Yeah, it's weird.
What? Really?
Yeah, I don't know. They're like we can't find it. Like basically, you have to like redo everything because it changes like the zoning and I don't know. That's a
Like you
total
go into the
sidestep.
next tax bracket.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, dude, you hit it big, bro. You don't need a mortgage anymore.
That's when you say what pecan or pecan.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Danny. That's a
Where
cut.
are
That's
you,
a, that's a
Sunnyvale?
deep cut.
Sunnyvale saying it's $1.90 there. Jeez.
So this guy here, I think he's
Sounds
in
like
San Antonio
Vancouver.
also. He was commenting on the short earlier. But yeah, so to get it in store, like I was telling you on the short earlier, Walmarts are getting them in San Antonio, and then someone said, but I haven't seen it myself, that the HEB pluses get them as well. But I've only seen the basic, like the 5 POA figures at HEB, so I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't put too much stock into that.
Danny, how many liters in a gallon?
I think it's like 2.4.
Yeah, whatever Zach said.
Well,
Was I right?
who knows?
I don't know.
CC, thank you, Zach, for that. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
no problem.
Congrats, you're able to find them.
Thanks, bro. I love it.
It's the small talk tonight,
Yeah, there you go.
but they're cool. But
Yes.
I think you should get the collection. I think it'll be cool.
Yeah.
Wait, can you show
To
us
go with your Star Wars
who was
stuff.
released again
Yeah.
in the back?
Hard's not 5, but yeah, if you want to
Yeah.
big hammy, thank you. So it is Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, Jessica Drew, Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Punk, The Spot, and Peter B. Parker. I
Oh,
did
wow.
actually see Jessica Drew at the store, but the figure looked like it wouldn't stand, and I'm pretty tired of figures that just like continue to fall down because her hair is like the solid
That's weird.
piece.
Jessica Drew's Spider Woman.
Okay, so yeah, maybe she's Spider-Woman in the movie. And then Peter B. Parker, I saw him as well at retail, but his figure looked so cheap. I was like, bro, if this was like a $20 figure, I'd pick it up and paint the black lines and everything like that. But for $24.95, I can't be doing that shit. So I passed on him.
Sweet.
But yeah,
Cece, you wanted to. We were going to do a little bit of a showcase on some of the Batman statues you have, the black and white.
Yeah, so I don't have anything like to unbox. So John and I were just thinking of something, and I was talking about nostalgia recently, and so I thought it might be nice to feature the Batman black and white statues I have. I have one more that's still boxed up that I didn't grab, but I'm always tempted to get more of these and just maybe like switch them out because they're small enough I can do that. But I'll save the best for last. So I'll start with. So this is the Brian Boland.
Very nice.
So there's not like much detail to them if you've ever seen these in person, but it's got nice like body language. So almost all of these, by all of them I mean I have 3 of them. So the base, and I always forget. So this is an older one. So I do think that he actually pegs into the base Hence, I want to make sure I hold the base and the statue at the same time so it doesn't slip. But it's always the alternating black and white logo. So the edge on this one is white. That means it's the second edition. So I think this one is from like the mid 2000s. I think the first one came out in like 2005. So this one must have been sometime after that. They've since done another one that is more, I think, Killing Joke themed, where it's Batman, but he's holding a Joker card. But I saw this quite spontaneously at Fan Expo Denver, I think a year or 2 years ago, and it was a really great price. The other one they had was the Jock. I think it's actually the Dick Grayson, but it's of him like almost like face first hanging, if that makes sense. Like it's a really dynamic pose. That's the one thing I do want to get more of is the ones with the really interesting dynamic poses. The ones I have tend to be more of like a museum, if that makes sense. But I think they're 1/10. Obviously it's small. But I do like that you can have different artist interpretations of Batman, but they're all going to be cohesive and look great in a group displayed together because of the black and white and the gray component to them. So I was happy to add this because I'm a huge fan of the Killing Joke. So this is my newest one, newest to me anyway. And then,
Nice piece.
thank you, yeah.
These are like
So this
potato
one-
chips. Once you buy one, once you get one, they just keep on coming.
Because they're not so retail. I think they were like the ones I bought retail, less than 200. If you can, I
Yeah.
think they're like maybe 120
Yeah.
when they first come out. I don't have the new Mike Mignola that McFarlane did since DC Direct went under, but I think I've heard complaints that it's resin. That being said, I don't know if resin mean I think like PVC like plastic or if resin it's like they're polystone. These ones have heft to them. They're weighty. Everyone knows I love the throne pose, so this was like a no-brainer when it came out. So this I did
Nice.
get retail. I'm just holding it by the shoulders because it's heavy, and I don't want to tip it forward too much. But obviously he's man spreading quite a bit. So the only problem with this one is, and the cape kind of is incorporated in the back of it too.
Yeah, they did such an amazing job with that cape.
This one's got like almost like it's very like gothic to me as far as the webbing. It almost looks like spider webs on the cape. So I will say this one had a lot of breakages for those pieces that go off the side. This one, the base is totally incorporated, so you can't take that oval base off even if you wanted to, which is great because otherwise I could totally see someone just like letting go like this and then having it fall.
Yeah. Exactly.
The other place where this broke, I mean, the ears are pretty sharp. You want to see the face a little bit more. And then the other place where this had a lot of breakages is those gauntlets. See how far they stick out?
Oh,
Yeah.
I really
I don't know
like
if
this
you
one though.
See that without contrast.
You can.
Oh, there, compared to my face. But yeah, this one's the Mark Silvestri, and it was a total no-brainer. I think I got this as like a birthday gift for myself. It came out like 1 November. Yeah, I love this one. Again, but I think now you can kind of see I don't have a lot of the dynamic poses. I don't have the McFarlane one that everyone was tripping over.
Oh, was that the one with the
cape.
cape flowing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
420.
want that.
424 or something like that. 426.
This is
I love this one.
This is my favorite. So this was
Yeah.
actually my first
Oh,
one.
that's Vignola.
This is the one that I like hunted. I'm a huge Gotham by Gaslight fan.
Yeah.
I'm also a huge Hellboy fan. The movie. I've never read any of the comics, but I just really like Mike Mignola's art style. So this was a no-brainer. It also has, I don't know if you'll be able to see that at all because everything's black, but see that little bat
Oh wow.
right
Like
here?
It's the grapple, right?
Yeah, so it's a wire.
Yeah.
that's holding the bat. So it's like almost like mixed media, but they obviously did an excellent job in giving it that kind of like 2D effect, but 3D.
So awesome.
And I love the posture on this one too. He's kind of like slouchy.
It's Batman on muscle relaxant.
Yeah,
Wow.
the cape, even how it gathers at the bottom, feels very
Yeah.
2D. It's like very angular, has a lot of edges to it. So this is one, it is the older one, so it does, like, look, you can see that gap between his legs and the cape. He comes off of the base. So if you're going to handle it, to make sure you're holding the base okay. Again, the base is white. This is the second edition, not the first. I think the first edition also had the chest. So sometimes, like, the obvious difference is going to be the white base versus the black. The black will be the first. The white will be the second edition. Some of them, they even changed up the bat logo on the front. So I don't know. I think it was like the first edition had the bat logo, but not the circle. I think it just had the black, but don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. So there are some where there's like a content difference, and instead of just the base between the first and the second editions.
And the majority of these are have an ES. I think 2000 or 4000.
Their big ES is, yeah. So mine is 3199 out of 5200. So 5200 of this one.
What's going on, Big Dog Pound?
But this one was still, I got it years ago when it was like a big deal. I think I got this for like 150.
Yeah.
For me, that was a lot of money. I don't know if you could, I'm sure you can get them for about that price now. But I do remember when I was searching for a lot of these, this one was one of the higher ones, even with that high edition size. And actually, and I saw Joe's comment, I don't have the one where he's diving downward. I think that's the Dick Grayson Jock one. But yeah, there's a few that are a lot more dynamic.
This is one I'm trying to hunt down. I really do like that one.
I think I just saw one on eBay because I was scrolling through while I was in the few minutes while I was getting these ready, and
You saw it?
yeah. So this one's
What's the artist name again? Capullo? Or not Capullo, it's Magnola?
Magnola. It's Mignola.
Yeah.
I think so. So this one's 4,500 out of 5,000. I think they hand number the new ones. And then I don't think this Boland one has a number. Let me see. Nope, it does not.
Yeah, not all of them have.
Have you seen the one, the Sergio Argonis one? It's like very cartoony.
Yeah,
don't
almost
think
like
I
a
have.
Simpsons style.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he's like chubby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because
the one,
he drew Gru the Wanderer. It's really cartoony looking,
Yeah.
and like he did a Batman, I guess, in that kind of style. I always thought that one looked funny.
I have what's his last name? The one I have that's in the box is David.
Finch?
No. I don't think David Finch did one. Did he?
He'd do a good one. That'd be a
I
good
know.
one to base off, yeah.
It's David Mazzucchelli.
Oh, Mazzucchelli.
Mazzucchelli, yes, that's the one that I had for the longest time, and then I put it in the box in favor of the Brian Boland, thinking I could just switch them out.
He
But
was the guy who did the Batman Year One art.
you know what? Yeah, right. Yep. Because I was trying to. I mean, I have the statues. I've always wanted an art print for each of my favorite, like really favorite Batman stories. So I've kind of done that so far. The only one I don't have yet is Year One, or Gotham by Gaslight. I have another one that kind of reminds me of just the story. But yeah, so I've got like The Killing Joke, Long Halloween, my own like headcanon Gotham by Gaslight art print, and then I'm working on a Year One. That, which makes sense. I think that's why I ended up with that. that statue. The only other ones that I want, or so like that Jock one, where he's diving downward. I think Dan Default has that one. I've always wanted that one, and it was at Fan Expo Denver when I got the Brian Boland, but I think he just wanted too much money for it, and so I was like I couldn't get both, so I just got that one. I think it's the Neil Adams zombie one. I really like
Oh, that one's nice. Yeah.
I've not seen
the Gerard Way, because I'm a My Chemical Romance fan. I'd like the Gerard Way Batman. I've never had any interest in any of the Jokers or the Harleys that they've done.
I like the Bane.
Yeah, the Bane was good. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, the
Do you
Neil
like
Adams.
do you like your Batman with like the real long ears?
I don't think so. I'm trying to.
There's one artist, Kelly Jones.
Yeah,
And there's one I remember. He has like the cape is predominantly covering his body, but he
Oh,
has
yeah. I know
the
what
like
you're
super
saying.
long ears.
Mhm.
Like
And
those
then
are
there's
at
the
least 2
one-
inches long.
what's the artist's name? He's holding the cape like this almost, like out in front of him, like almost like a shield, and it looks very 60s to me.
Oh,
I've seen that one a few times, but the problem is they've done so many. I think they've done at least 100, right?
It's about 100, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Owen
had,
brought up one. The Paul Pope one is good too.
I picked up a statue from Back Kid Voodoo. Shout out Sean, and he gifted me one recently, actually. And
Full
the
screen.
troublemaker gifted me one. I want to get into them now because they are really cool. This was the Doug. I think it's pronounced Mank.
Oh, that's a good one.
This is really nice. Yeah.
Sorry,
Bring it up a
I
bit.
love the pose.
Oh, I like that.
That's a nice one. Man, that's
I love
cool.
these.
He
Yeah.
gifted that to you. Who's this again? Back in video.
Yeah.
I know them
We're
longer than
talking-
you have. So Back in video, if you're still out there.
Super casual.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, awesome guy. I met him. I picked up the DK3 from him, and it was a really nice gesture. But it's a rabbit hole because these are awesome.
They're so tiny, right? They're like you could get a bunch of them and still like
Yeah.
not take up too much space.
And I think they really look good together. If you have them displayed together, I've seen some collections online, and I saw one guy. I think he had every one ever released, selling for like 9,000 the whole collection. So, yeah.
You know, Back in video.
Oh yeah, on eBay.
What's that new Prime One that came out? The Owl
Talon. Oh, there you go.
Talon. He let that go to somebody else, John.
Yes, I know.
But he's a
When
good
he-
guy. Back in video. all
He's
over
an
the
amazing
place.
guy. When he
Yeah.
when he let that go, that's when I bought DK3 that weekend.
Oh, perfect.
I'm looking at a bunch of black and white statues now. I also still want the new Mike Mignola. It's just I don't. Does anyone in the chat? Does anyone have the new ones like that McFarlane has done? Are they much different than the?
The blue one,
old one?
the colored one. Like, are you looking at the Magnolia one that's colored in like blue and gray?
No. So that was another edition of this one. I think that one's still Polystone, but since DC went under DC Direct, McFarlane took over, and the first one they did after they took over was the Mike Mignola Gotham by Gaslight. So naturally, I liked the look of that one, but a lot of the reviews were like, this thing's resin. So they made a point of saying it's resin and not polystone, and I think they're always like ceramic at least. But part of me is like, they should probably lower the prices of them if they're not going to be ceramic, like if they're just plastic. But what do I know? But yeah,
Oh,
I'd
let me see if I can pull some up.
I also wish there was a catalog of all of them. There's a list on Wikipedia, and I used to use that a lot.
Oh, wow, this is
Um,
cool. Hold on, let me see if I can share my screen. There's a lot of them. Holy.
Yeah.
Can you see them? Can you see
Yep.
my screen?
Yeah,
Jesus, that is
There's
quite a
lot of
bit.
them.
Dude, the Bane looks pretty cool.
I love the Bane. I would love to find the Bane. Here's the one jumping down.
that's the one I want. Yeah.
Oh, the Joker on the right looks good too. Top right.
This is the one you were referring to, Danny, the cartoon one here.
Yeah, the Sergio Aragonis.
So the one right, it's actually right next to the Brian Boland one. So if you go to the cartoon one, and then you go
Yeah.
up and to the, nope, down one. Nope,
This one?
down. That one's the one I just showed.
Yeah.
And then the one right next to it, the larger one,
Yeah.
that's the one that I put in the box in place of it.
Oh, okay, nice.
Um,
It's a larger one?
no, it's the same. I don't know why the photo's
Oh.
larger for that. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, they're both
It's nice as well.
Mhm.
Here's the one you were speaking about, Danny, with the pointed
Yeah,
cowl.
Kelly
Yeah.
Jones.
You can
Who
scroll
did the
down.
one on the bottom? Was that the Eduardo Rizzo one?
Which one?
The one that you just showed when you scrolled down.
Oh, here.
I think I always wanted that one too.
Let's see if this is his name here. Eduardo Rizzo, yep. Batman by Eduardo Rizzo. This was the first one. The first statue in the line arrived in 2005. Wow.
Wow.
Here's a Joker. I like the Joker too with the bang gun.
Oh, Jim Lee Nightwing.
Nightwing.
The Jim Lee's is really good too. The Batman.
Yeah, this is all.
Oh yeah, so there's the list.
Oh boy. Rabbit hole
No, no.
list with everyone's
Don't do this now.
number. See,
Dude, John, I'm the Batman collector now.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to get the animated one that night.
Did you end up getting it or no?
I've been still looking at it. I'm waiting for the right price.
$200
Then,
right
John,
now.
I will become the Batman collector, not you.
But to be fair, like I don't think I've ever seen one of these statues priced at more than $250.
no. If you look at even in Canada here, if you look on your marketplace, you can
Yeah.
find some really good deals.
Yeah.
That Bane is
That must be a
$80
Jay
right
Lee
now.
one.
This one's nice here. So a couple of these. The Scarecrow, he's tough to come across. The one right here, that's Scarecrow.
Yeah. I don't see it very often.
And this one here as well.
I had to get the one in the middle, on the top of the bat logo, the McFarlane one.
Yeah.
That one's probably
That
my
one's
favorite.
nice.
There's a few
Yeah.
renditions. There's a rare one, Japanese variant that's in blue.
It's in color.
Less
I
in
still
color.
I still think if you're gonna go get one, I'd get the black and white.
Yeah.
They did the Magnolia color. They did the McFarlane. I think they even did. I don't know if they did the Brian Boland with the Killing Joke, like him holding the card in color, or if that was
Yeah,
just a
I've
whole
seen
nother
that one.
company. I think the color ones feel gimmicky, and it's like the reason why I think these work so well is because of the fact that they're black and white.
They stay
It
true
makes
to
them a lot
the-
easier to collect.
Here's
To the
your zombie
line.
one as well. I think I have
Yeah,
someone
so there's the-
locally selling that.
There's the Neil Adams zombie one, and then there's the I think Greg Capullo when he looks like a monster.
Oh.
But they look similar. And honestly, I think I'd settle for either of them.
Oh shit, they made the
Robin.
Damien?
You have Robin. You have Batman Who Laughs. Man, there's so many. This is tempting.
I will say I don't know if it's because they're smaller or people just didn't take very good care of them, but
Yeah.
oh, I just had like a flashback. A lot of them have small breakages. The Frank, is it Quietly?
Quickly.
Batman. I've wanted that one for so
Which one
freaking
is that
long.
one?
That one is where is
Let me
it?
see his
Number
name. Is his name
76.
here? 76.
If you scroll up, I might be able to see it. To the photos.
Well, it's
Let me
not
see.
in order either.
Is it on here?
You gotta look for it.
No, it's supposed to match like the number. Maybe it's below here.
Oh, there.
Oh, there it is.
Do you see it? Which one is it? 74.
75,
Am I-
78,
Oh,
77.
it's the
Here you go.
Damien.
Oh, it's the Damien.
Robin.
Is it Robin one?
No. He did a Robin and he did a Batman.
Oh,
Maybe Google it. The Batman is, I love it. I think the body language is really great. It's very simple. It kind of reminds me of the Brian Boland one.
29.
So it should probably be
it's
the
29.
Dick Grayson Batman, right?
Do you see see 29
No.
on here?
9, 30, 27.
It's a big negative.
So I guess they just don't have all of them on there?
No, it's here. Look, 29. Frank,
Well, no, I mean like the silhouettes.
they should.
Oh, maybe it is the Dick Grayson Batman. Okay. Well, that one, like the only one I could find for the longest. Oh, there it is. See, it's very, very small. It's right next to the 38.
Oh yeah.
Assholes. Why would they
Jesus
even do
Louises, Why
that?
would you see that right here? Oh my
I'm
god.
like, what the hell? But yeah, there was one on eBay for the longest time with a broken ear, and they didn't have the piece, and I debated just buying it and putting like quickset clay or like polymer clay over
Oh,
the top and just
And molding it.
painting
yeah.
it. And by the time I went back to buy it, it was already gone. But if you Google it, I just think it's a really charming statue.
Mhm.
It's just I can't find any of them. Like that broken one was the only one I could find for the longest time.
I like that Bane.
I like this penguin.
Actually, let me
So
try.
this one here, they're a lot. They're really nice. They're really nice. Wow. We should do a stream one day and dissect them. Do like a Pokemon. Gotta catch them all.
Yeah,
Wow.
we could do scorecards.
I would. I would actually.
Yeah,
do
they
like
have the
a,
Robin, and then they have the plastic action figure, but no one has the statue.
I think it'd be cool
One
to do
day.
a stream and talk about them more in depth. Because there's a lot of them to go through.
Yeah. Well, and you could always do like I don't tend to go for. I didn't get these being like Mike Mignola is my favorite artist, so therefore I'm gonna get it. It was almost like a twofer where it's like I love his art style and I also love this statue. I don't tend to blindly get, believe it or not, even when it comes to art prints, I don't tend to blindly get an art print just because I like the artist. Like I'll have to like both. Same with the Brian Boland. Like I love the Brian Boland, and also like Killing Joke's one of my favorites. So that's what I like is I even back then I ended up discovering a lot of these comic book artists based on their statues when not a lot of those artists were household names to me. Like, and I'm catching myself with that too, where like there's kind of the alternative movie posters or art print artists that to me are household names, but then when it comes to comics, I'm like, I don't actually have a lot of art from comic book artists, if that makes sense. That's where like I've got I think 2 Jock art prints, and then I have Francesco Francavilla, and then I think I have one more from a comic book artist. But other than that, like considering how many I have, that's like a huge gap in my collection. Is I don't have a lot of comic book artists represented, unless of course you count these statues here. So I'd be happy to
Maybe Jim
expand
Lee.
on those. Jim Lee. I don't have any. Yeah, I don't have any. I have not Jim Lee. Oh, what's his name? His last name's also Lee, and he
Jay
don't.
Lee?
Danny,
I think it's Jay Lee.
we said
He
it,
did that-
Steve. We said it.
Um,
Sorry.
Is he the one who did? It's kind of like the Norman Rockwell homage, where it's Batman's like tortured and he's sitting in a barber's chair, and it's Two-Face with a straight razor. I have that art print,
What's going on, Hugo?
I don't know who that is.
but also
I'm
don't.
trying to
If it's the
think.
same artist I'm thinking of, don't get commissions from him because he's really not good at actually doing commissions that people pay him for. So
Allegedly.
hot take. Oh, look at that!
Yeah, these are
Yes.
fun, man. So I got this like sign at a Comic Con. Like it was really really cool to get this guy. Is David Ominga, but it's basically a Joker variant of Batman. He did like 50 different versions of this, like a blue version, regular black and white. Oh, he did a black and white too.
Okay.
I remember those. People were like tripping over themselves when those came out.
So he actually like this goes for like $200, $300, and he signed it, so it goes to like $500. But he signed it, and he was like, "Do you want me to sign the box too?" And I was like freaking out. And I was like, Oh, that'll be cool. But like, I don't know if you guys could see it on the back of it. It has like blood splatter. It has blood splatter all over it. And he said like they weren't going to let him do it because of the blood splatter. Since we're talking about Batman, sorry, I didn't want to.
No, come on. Hello. What are you apologizing for? Oh wow. Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, he was mentioning like they almost didn't let him do it, but he covered it somehow.
He was
but-
probably like, "Nah, man, it's paint."
Yeah, it's all over his cape.
The
It's
fact
just
that you got
rented-
it signed is awesome.
Ha 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 on the emblem.
That's really cool. Yeah.
And all over his hands too. Yeah, it's a small signature, but it's really cool that he did it. Yeah, this is like a edition size of 1,000 too. This is expensive, man, for some reason.
Yeah.
But this is cool, and this is my big boy right here.
This one I like. I like this piece a lot.
So my camera is like messed up right now, but let's try.
Wait, was this based off of a print or a cover, right?
Nightwing.
I've been
Robin.
looking at this one for a long time, and I never pulled the trigger when it was on Sideshow. But I love this statue.
This statue is really cool, and his is special.
I'm gonna try to get like I don't want to.
Just be careful.
Yeah, so he's pretty big. I think he's like 1/6 scale or 1/7 scale, so he's pretty big. Good size to him. Let me show you guys. I always get scared of showing this thing, but this is signed by the guy too.
You'll love to see it.
Oh,
It's a
nice.
huge emblem too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
2019, not that old, but still pretty old.
Oh, Quantum Mechanics. I have their Justice League. Well, not Justice League. It's a Ben Affleck Batarang that I actually really like. It's like on a magnetic base, and it like comes off. It's at work.
Oh, I see the black and white one that you just showed, Steve. That one's
Yeah.
cool too. I like that one.
The blue one's very, very expensive.
Yeah. Oh man, that's sick.
Oh, and
He
Hugh,
comes to
I've
a lot of
seen,
Comic-Cons.
I've seen the statue. Sorry, that your Hugh just asked about the Hush Batman statue, the McFarlane one. It's $40. It looks good.
Yeah. Sold. I think it sold pretty quickly. No.
Oh, I'm sure you can still find them because like I
Can
don't
you?
think they were too limited.
You guys are horrible to hang around with
Wow.
because it's very. These like kind of scratch the itch. That's the problem. You get one and it keeps.
Look at
Well-
that.
Oh,
Yeah, the same guy did it for me. David Ominga.
Oh, the.
oh, that's
scratch?
really cool.
Yeah.
So a really quick tip for you guys: if you guys ever go to a Comic-Con, try to take a book like this, where it's just like, just a bunch of pages.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of people. So supposedly there's a tradition with like local artists and well-known artists that when people bring up these types of books, they're supposed to do it for free supposedly, and they're supposed to do a little sketch for you. But this is David Mack, by the way, and they're like, it's tradition. They're supposed to do it for free. I never knew about it until one of them told me about it. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna go through this really quick. And when this guy's a Japanese what does he do? Star Wars stuff, but he samurais them. Dr. 76.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. When he was doing this, I was like, oh man, I don't got money to pay you for this. He was like, he didn't speak any word of English, and I was like, he kept drawing it. I was like, oh crap, man! Like I think this guy wants me to pay for it. But he handed it over to me. I was like, I got no money, man. I don't take cash. He was like, no cash. Have fun. And I was like, what?
That's
It's like
awesome.
Venmo.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
you got
Hey.
Zell?
Yeah,
PayPal
he
later.
probably put a big X on it. But yeah, this is.
Can you imagine if he just fucking...
I'd be pissed, but still. But there's a Ominga one I just showed you guys. This is an artist I actually know in person, Tony. He goes to a bunch of Comic Cons.
Reminds me of Twig.
Yeah, Big Apple.
Wow,
Little-
that's a sore subject.
You're,
Don't
you're,
bring
trauma,
that up.
you're traumatizing me, John, out there.
Oh yeah, sorry, shit.
Another guy I got to meet.
Is that Godzilla?
Yeah, it's Godzilla. Godzilla's baby, supposedly. He does a bunch
What?
of Godzillas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's actually a really cool idea, Steve.
Yeah, so like I'll keep going because there's a really important one. There's
Wait,
two
did David
important
Mack
ones.
just sign, or did he didn't draw anything?
he didn't draw anything because like I think he was really busy, but he definitely like he said next time I see him a lot. Man, he's always at New York Comic Con. He's at
No.
all the,
He was actually cool. He was at the WonderCon, and like Jerry was looking through a lot of his watercolors, like he was contemplating, and then
yeah.
Jerry's like, "I'll be back. I just need to think." And he's like, "Oh, while you think, take this print." He just gave him a print, like a signed print. He was like, cool.
It's yeah, I got his Superman. He's a really nice guy. David Mack is really cool guy. Do you guys know who this belongs to?
George Lucas.
Looks familiar, honestly.
He's
Yeah.
he does Batman, a lot of Batmans, but he does his signature is supposed to show like a snail. Capullo.
Is that Capullo?
Oh,
Yeah,
that
he
makes
was a really
sense.
nice guy too. He
It's
did it
funny
for
you
free.
mention this because I was talking to someone about tattoos, especially at conventions, because she had a lot of Star Wars tattoos, and she mentioned that her artist is licensed with Lucasfilm to do Star Wars tattoos, and like of course they do the convention tattoos. I thought it'd be cool if I met an artist and if they did like a quick remark like this or like a doodle, if I got that as a tattoo instead to like, I thought that would be cooler than
I'll draw you something, CC.
God,
If you're not familiar with our Spooderman series, it's quite popular.
Jesus.
do you see who that? You see who that is right there?
No.
You see that right there?
It's not focusing.
This is Gem Mint.
Oh, that's Jimmy. That's your boy.
okay.
The book
Yeah.
just.
Oh,
The
that's
book just. You just killed the book. No, I'm kidding.
I know, right?
It's your boy. This guy goes up to a YouTuber. Can you sign my book, buddy? When you come to Canada, you better bring that book. I'll sign it.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
It's a really cool book, though. So
That's
far.
awesome.
Yeah. And I got to meet this guy 2 years in a row, and he just did a Spider-Man, then he did a Venom, and I'm gonna have him do the rest of the Sinister Six for every year. I mean,
I want to sign the book.
That'd be really cool.
That is cool.
yeah. So if you guys get a chance, take a book of one of these, and just they do it for free. If they're cool, if they're not, they're douchebags.
Jim Lee, please.
Oh, I don't see Jim.
No free.
baby.
Not free.
Whoa!
Um,
Yeah, it was Snyder and Capullo were sitting together, and I handed it to Capullo, and he threw it at Snyder. He's like, "Sign this for this kid," and I was like, "I'm a kid. I'll be a kid."
I see some ID, sir.
You know, it's funny because he called me a kid, and this is what he put in the. I don't know if you guys got to see it, but he put like I'm a freaking kid too. This is funny. He put, you see that?
The
Put
Batman.
Batman's ears. Yeah, he
Yeah.
put Batman.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
hilarious.
That is funny.
That's cool. No, this was a great idea.
yeah, so get a book.
Heck
Well, I don't know if like this unboxing's totally gone off the rails because it was a little more like casual than usual. But does anyone want to see an art print I bought? Like,
Hell yeah.
yeah, let me see.
Oh, for you, CC.
Wait, were you
always.
buying while you were streaming?
Possibly. I'm just gonna share my screen.
There you go.
Obviously, I don't have it in hand, but it's also still available. So there's that.
Daniel, where you at, man? You gotta show
Ooh,
some
this
stuff off
is nice.
too.
Well, I got.
Oh, this is really nice.
So it's and it's a shame. Brenton's wanted a print by this artist for a while, and I can't find it. But he wants like a Spider-Man print. So this is the regular. It's 18 by 24, limited to 85. It's still available, and then the Venom variant is like the green version.
Oh wow.
But it's cool.
That's
'cause you
awesome.
can see if it doesn't load,
Where can you order this?
I think it's StreamYard. It's not letting me pull it up. Hero Complex Gallery.
Okay.
So it's H as in Henry, C as in Charlie, G as in George, art.com. And if you look at their new section, it'll be all of their, I think this is technically part of their WonderCon releases. But they have a really good New Hope Star Wars one. I'm not getting it, but it's it looks like it's Obi-Wan looking like over the Lars homestead, and like you can see like a young Luke like playing in the back, but it's a New Hope one specifically. It's not, these aren't. I'm pretty sure all of Hero Complex Gallery's art's not licensed. But if that doesn't bother you and it doesn't bother me, I got it. I think it's gonna. I think I have room for it. But it has some nice details to it. I like the concept.
I think it looks really good. Do you have a spot
Thank
for
you.
it?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's where, like I said, I have a whole room planned with black and white art prints. Like I have
Mm.
like more than I could fit in that room, as far as black and white art prints go. But I'm debating because I have so many doing. I don't have them, but yet I want to do spotlight displays, which are essentially like brackets. So you attach them to the wall and in all four corners, and then it's like a metal bracket that you open up, and you can put acrylic sheets that hold the art print in place, and then close the brackets onto it, so you could switch out the art whenever you want. So I've debated getting some larger ones so that I could, for like the 24 by 36, like the large art prints, that I could switch them out occasionally, so I don't have to worry about not having space for things. But that one's an 18 by 24. I hadn't really considered getting an 18 by 24 spotlight display, but I might if I keep gathering up more art prints.
Awesome. A huge congrats. I love that. That Joker piece is really cool. You're on a roll. What's going on, Jose?
Yep, I got my roll.
It's okay. Life's too short. Zach, what's going on the show tomorrow?
We have Oxpurdy, our hot seat finale for the month of March, and then there's I think it's the D100 Iron Man that everyone's gonna go bananas over tomorrow. So,
Oh my god.
yeah, we got that, and just a
Can we
few
start
things,
us on
nothing
that?
too crazy, Should be a fun Tuesday though.
Maybe CC, just to close this one out, you can answer this. Erwin's asking, I'm curious if you guys would recommend Sideshow's art.
Wow.
Some of the frame stuff is decently priced, and I think the way they matte things, they kind of look into the color palette, and then they do the matte similar to what's the color palette of the print sometimes.
Sorry, I was
CC,
distracted.
Sorry if I put you on the spot. You're the print queen, right? You gotta ask CC.
No, and I feel like an asshole because I got distracted because someone just messaged me saying, "Hey, that print you've been looking for, I have it. Do you want it?" And I'm like,
Oh,
I don't spend money right now. No, so like, I don't see any issue with Sideshow art prints. I think I only have one that was only available through. No, maybe two that were only available through Sideshow. That's not like I think most like I've said this about Mondo, R.I.P. Also, fuck Funko. That I don't think it's anything personal against Sideshow or Mondo. I think it's just for some reason, I don't know if it's like the artist they work with. But even one of the art prints I bought through Sideshow was actually done by Vice Press. So again, it's like I don't see any issue with the quality of Sideshow's art or anything like that. I will say I'm sure their framing looks beautiful in person. I haven't seen their framing in person before. I will say the style is not my style. As far as like what they do with the matting, it's just too busy for me considering like I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I'm going to have 22 prints on just one wall. That's too much. Like I just think their matting is too busy for what I'm going through for. But what I will say about Sideshow prints is because I have had people contact me and say like, "Hey, I missed out on this print that was available through Sideshow. Have you seen it before?" Check, and I recommend this regardless if it's Sideshow, but I think Sideshow does this more often than not. Check with the artist website if they're selling like artist proofs directly. Also, if it says it's in collaboration with something like Acme Archives, Vice Press, Gray Matter Art. I think they've done some with Gray Matter Art. If it says it's in partnership with someone, check that other someone. because that typically means that, like, say, like the one I said I got through Sideshow, even though it's a Vice Press print. So Vice Press actually did the whole run essentially. It was a Drew Struz and Hellboy, and they're based in the UK, so they partner with Sideshow as like the kind of like worldwide distributor, so that like the shipping's a lot cheaper for that reason. So if it's sold out on Sideshow, it might be available on Vice Press's website and vice versa. So like Vice Press has done stuff with Bottleneck. The print will sell out through Bottleneck because people know Bottleneck, and then you'll look on Vice Press's website and you might have to spend like $10 more to ship it, but Vice Press will still have it. So that's my only thing with Sideshow. Like again, I don't have any issues with the quality of the paper. Their framing style is just not for me. I know from people who have gotten a lot of things custom framed that it's pretty economical what they charge. But for me, with my really simple frames and the fact that I don't tend to need to matte things very often, I can get a lot more framed for a lot less money, which is why I don't go for stuff that's pre-framed through Sideshow. But yeah, and actually Ben Thomas makes a good point regarding Wrens.
Does he? Okay. What's going on, Ben?
How dare you?
John, you're still my favorite Canadian. Don't take it personally.
No, it's fine.
Wow.
After today, after Steve's show, I just bottom of the barrel. I feel like today.
Why? What happened?
Nothing. I'm only kidding. Sorry.
Was I mean to you on Steve's show? But
How dare you?
I think like we talk about like the next phases of our collection, if it's purging or if it's getting more focused or what have you. I'm really scared that mine's going to be in commissions as opposed to art prints. It doesn't mean I'm never going to buy art prints. I'm always going to buy art prints. It's just I'm very interested now in getting more into either I've always wanted to do more private commission art prints, and I'm on I think 2 or 3 private art prints, but then also like original art from artists. So I have one in the works with Chris Valentine right now, which I'm looking forward to.
I want that Talon one day. You promised me, Cece.
Well, and it's just I have no problem contacting the artist if you want me to. I know he did it in 2018, but I have kept an eye out to see if I see anything similar that I can send your way.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for answering. Hopefully that helps you, Erwin, in making your decision. But yeah, guys, we'll put a pin in it here. That's been another unboxing. This was a fun one. Kind of different than what we usually do, and it was cool. I think it was a good
Yeah.
refresher.
You'll love to see it.
Thanks to everyone in the chat who hung out with us, and of course, every one of these lovely panel members that stopped by. Steve, be sure to check out Steve on his
Sweet
channel,
guy.
Casual
Sweet
Nerd
Steve.
Problems. Awesome content there. We just did a show in regards to collecting and COVID and how it affected everyone. So that was a good time. CC Rogue 16, always discussing her prints. It's always a pleasure to have her on the show. Of course, Danny on Collectors Club on Friday, and of course we have Zach, the captain.
Hell yeah, baby.
Everyone
Thank
knows Zach. So until next time, guys, tune in tomorrow. We'll have a blast with the CW crew, and we'll see you Friday and next Monday. All the best.